DWO Reborn. Peter, hand me my R1 cape. The battle is starting. It's time to flash up! Flask Up, the original show made for the players, by the players. With me, Master Noob. On this episode, WhiteCat makes his second appearance, along with team member Sausage.
Wait, hold on. We canceled the AI intro. We don't do that anymore. We canceled the AI. Cut the feed. Just cut it out. Cut the feed.
Welcome back to the 5th episode of Flask Up. It's so good to have you guys back. It's been a while since we've done one of these videos. Our community has grown to 13,000 subscribers. That's very great for the game. If there was 13,000 players in the game, we could run hundreds of battles at a single time. So thank you for everyone that has joined. We're building up the TikTok, building up the Instagram and the Facebook accounts. Those are still kind of low, but we're getting there. This time, we're gonna kind of hit a reset button a little bit for all the newer members of the community that have joined. We have a guest, WhiteCat, which is the developer of the games right now, and another team member, Sausage, and I am Master Noob as usual. Stick around to the end of the video as we have some more key information that we want to give to you over the weekend. That's all we have for the intro. For now, let's Flask Up.
Never give up. Trust your instincts.
All right, this is going to be Flask Up 5. I'm so glad that you guys are joining us. This time, we're gonna hit a sort of reset button. Not really, kind of like for new people coming into the community. We're going to make sure that you guys are taken care of and go over some old things, but also give you an update on what's going on right now. I'm Master Noob. I run this video series where we talk about all things Dynasty Warriors Online Reborn. For my two guests this time is going to be WhiteCat. How you doing, WhiteCat?
I'm doing fine, man. Thanks for asking.
Now, WhiteCat is the main is the developer for our project. He is contracted by us. Contracted meaning we're paying him for a service. Okay, and he's the one that's developing the game from scratch, reverse engineering. How overall? What's your feeling at this point?
My feeling about the development of the DWO server?
Yeah.
I think we are doing quite great. We are getting a lot of features done lately. Like every day we have new things. It's a long way. It's a long way to go at this point because there's so many features into this game. But I think we are getting along, and it's all going to be a great game, so we can enjoy it for everyone again and get the nostalgic vibe back.
Great. And now we have a new guest. He's been a friend of mine for many, many years since the old Dynasty Warriors English server. Probably one of the only people that reached out to me while the game was down in those years span. I've got Sausage. How you doing, Sausage?
I'm doing well. How are you, Master Nooblet?
Can't complain. It's been a long time coming for me since Dynasty Warriors EN. Tell me a little bit about your time on the English server or Dynasty Warriors Online in general.
I started joining. I started playing sometime early in Diao-Chan's plot. So I wasn't around quite as early as some of the true veterans, but I was still in fairly. And I played basically until the end of the English server. much like a lot of players, I just kind of found the game, started playing, and I was two, so I got sucked into the whole con world. Uh, During that time, some of you guys who were playing a while back, they remember Dios Con. We co-led Conquistadors. Uh, so that's kind of my story.
Cool. So you've been playing for quite some time. You're a member of the Cons, which is a very large group of the community. Always invited. Basically, anyone that wanted to play was allowed in there, which is a feature or a something that a guild would do that is very good for the health of the community. So that's cool. You're a part of that. Now we're moving on. That was then, and this is now. It's kind of it's sad, but also very hopeful. I'm very hopeful for what's going on here with Dynasty Warriors Online Reborn. Sausage, do you mind bringing anybody that's new, bringing them up to date on what we're doing here?
The original server for the game shut down in, I believe it was 2015. Airy Games was a host of that. And
Should have been
then
January 1st, 2014, I think.
2014. Yeah. See, it's been over 10 years. Once that shut down and I was among this crew, a lot of us just kind of stopped playing. Probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the server, the remainder players, probably went to the Taiwanese or Japanese servers. My personal thought was that, hey, I have to jump through this many hoops in my system settings to play. It's not worth it for me. I don't feel like I'm wanted. Some people kept playing. Then that one shut down. And there were some other private servers going around that were less than legitimate from the rumors that have been told. That is going to be pretty different in this scenario. We're not using any kind of stolen server implementation or anything, which is why this project's kind of such a big deal. The goal is ultimately to reverse engineer the server so that we can make basically an international server. One of the biggest issues with the servers as a whole in the past as well was the latency in game, and technology and the internet's come a long way. So we can actually improve upon that process a bit as well. Monetization is not going to be the same thing as it used to be. It used to be super balanced in order to, I wouldn't necessarily call it pay to win. You could definitely get by if you had enough time, but we're all adults, so we're very much going to be changing the balance on it too. So it's kind of a reimagining of sorts of the gameplay, starting with a lot of the features that were kind of in the English server and then adding things as we can. The goal is to get it up going as soon as possible. WhiteCat mentioned there was a lot of features that need to be added. They don't all have to be added for it to be released, but there's some good baseline stuff that still needs to be done.
Okay, great. So you mentioned reverse engineering. That's a term that the viewer is going to be hearing a lot. WhiteCat, do you mind being the expert here on coding? What does it mean, reverse engineering?
Well, actually, the only thing that we have in first place is a client of DWO, and without the server, the client is not going to do anything. You will not be able to log in or battle or whatever. So, in order to make the client work, you need to program a server. So the client has something to communicate with. The server is actually the brains, and the client is just actually the executor. In order to make the server understand the client and the client to understand the server, you need to reverse engineer the code from the original client. That means you go into the client code, you try to make sense of it, and then you can program the server to interact and to be able to communicate with each other. It's like the client talks some kind of language, and the server needs to understand that and be able to send input on that and be able to answer the client. And that's actually what reverse engineering is: going through the original code of the client and then program a server that can interact with the client. So that's pretty much it.
Thanks for the explanation. That's something that I definitely won't be able to do, or most other people won't be able to do. So let's see here. So we went over what we're doing here. So we've got multiple social media channels. The Discord is where you can get your most up-to-date information as soon as it comes out. So if you're watching this on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or X or anything else, go ahead and just log into your Discord and join our group there. That way you can communicate with us directly, be a part of whatever's going on at the time, and get your information as soon as possible. Let's talk about now some recent things that we've been working on. I guess back to sausage. What's been?
So the most recent developments is getting the sandbox in a functional state so that people can interact at least at the base gameplay level. Yeah, you're good, man. I got you. So originally when the sandbox was up, we had everyone moving around on the client in town, interacting. And then we ended up changing kind of how the server works itself. And we're going back and kind of adjusting some of those things, as well as all the additional features that are being added in. The goal currently is to get the initial login set up properly, tutorial, and then release everyone into the town so that they can actually interact with the town. Some of that stuff is fully functional, like we can actually traverse completely around the town for all the factions that are set up, which is all of the 5 original factions. We also need some of the NPCs and things in there because we swapped to the DWOZ client instead of the original English one. There's some extra steps that are involved in the tutorial that have to be mapped out. We need those NPCs in town. We've also done some improvements immediately just because some quality of life changes that are really easy to implement now. We've added a neutral marketplace and a neutral tavern, for example. There are going to be more social areas that are going to help.
Right.
We've started coding in some NPCs. We can traverse from map to map pretty much seamlessly. So that's in. Parts of the tutorial are done. We are currently trying to get through the rest of those, and then obviously the big part of the tutorial is the battle as well.
Right.
So we can get into battle. We're working through that process. Again, in order to fully complete everything, there are some other steps that kind of need to be done outside of that. So as we finish one thing, we can add increments to the other stuff. But the goal is to get at least that base functionality out and then kind of get the sandbox back on so people can kind of experience it. Like I said earlier, we don't need a fully featured game to be out there, but we want to at least make it worth people's time. We're just standing around. It's not going to be enjoyable for you. So that's the goal there.
Okay, so yeah, we're building we're building a lot of different features all together. Some are complete and some are still in development. Like battle, we can get into battle, like you said, but it's still we're still kind of working out the kinks. So as I'm aware, other people have tried. We had other coders that have tried to help us out, but like it's difficult because the this is a difficult project. Let's just say that. So other coders couldn't even get through the login. Was that the case, WhiteCat? What were we dealing with? Like, how difficult is this process?
Well, even to find a coder for this project is difficult because the programmer needs to know and understand assembly language. That is a very rare skill to have. It can take like 20 years to even master it a bit. Um, so by saying that, we now know that assembly is a very difficult language, and to do this project or to do any work on the client, like make a login server work, you need to know the assembly language. So that's already difficult, and then pulling this off is even more difficult. I think the login server wasn't that too difficult for me, but I can understand that for anybody that will try it, most of them will fail. And I think that's one of the ways that we succeed actually, is because we are able to do it. And it would be nice to have another developer on the team. But yeah, well, as I said, they are so hard to find, and most of the times these people are rare, so they are filled up with other projects and other work that actually pay very well, since it's a rare skill. So you're probably not gonna find another coder for this. I'm investing in I'm investing huge amounts of time into this for actually pretty much to nothing. So it makes it really difficult to find a coder for it, and also I don't believe a lot of people are able to pull this off. So it makes it an incredible difficult job.
Yeah, you're being compensated, but you've been working on this since December, so that's about 9 months now.
Yeah.
On and off, based on like if we hit a roadblock, then it kind of slows everything down. Or if your actual job requires you, then you have to abide by that. This isn't really putting too much money in your pocket. So stretching that number out, it's not that much. We are appreciative of your time and effort, and we're the whole community that would like to play wants this to succeed. So yeah, we're behind you on that. Some things that I thought was interesting recently was the NPC spawns look really cool. I did a couple shorts on that, and I think it's cool. It looks funny for sure, but it definitely shows progress from where we were, like say in March. I always like to use March because that was when the single marketplace beta whatever alpha was out, where everybody's just standing around. So that was pretty cool.
It's good to see the town alive with the NPCs and the doors working, of course. It was a quite difficult process, but we got through it. It needs a bit of fixing, but that's always. I think you all also noticed when I program something, I program it like really big, like just have a lot of NPCs in there. And then after that, I do that. We start fine tuning it by communicating with the team, like what should be there, how many NPCs should be there, what are the main NPCs. So that's the process of development. We start really broad, and then we make it perfect and fine tune everything.
That's great, and then also with the battles functions, I'm great that I'm happy that we could break into the battle. You can load it, go into the make the settings and whatnot on the battle preparation screen. I guess the camera needs to be fixed, but just getting into that, now we're way ahead of anything else that was ever attempted before. A lot of the private servers that existed at that time, way back when, they had something The private servers that existed at that time back then, they had an active server, an active official server that they could just steal everything from. We don't have that, and no one was smart enough to copy whatever they had before. So this is definitely a huge undertaking that we are doing right now. I'm not a coding person, but I think we're in good hands here. Just everybody that's if you have a skill, please like come talk to us so we can try to make use of it, so that we can get this project going and complete it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think everything's going well so far.
I would like to add something on that also.
Yeah.
I've spoken in the past with the staff members of a colleague of mine that could join the project. It is like has like the same skills as me. I've been talking lately to him, and he probably have some free time in the coming weeks. And he's pretty excited, so I might get him on board, and then we can speed up the development process.
That's great to hear. That's actually the first time I'm hearing it, believe it or not. You got to get him up to date on like some videos or whatever, some promotional items, so that he can see what's going on.
Yeah, so actually we have been playing Dynasty Warriors games, not the online version, but
Yeah, great.
he got some history in the games, so he knows. He has a little background in it.
So the skill floor is very low, but the skill ceiling is very, very high. So you can like start, and there's definitely easy weapons to just spam a few buttons and just know how to run around and know what the objectives are. And then there's other weapons that are just insanely complicated and need a lot of coordination. But that's neither here nor there. We'll be there for you. I'm sure anybody in the community that isn't some weird disgruntled freak will wanna play with you and help you out.
Also, I think because I code everything myself, so everything that's in the game that is coded by me. So eventually, I will get a great understanding of what the game does and can,
Right.
which maybe gives me an extra boost over the
advantage?
rest because all
Yeah.
the mechanics I know from
Yeah,
the
that makes
inside out.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, just being developing the game, and you know what all the quote unquote numbers are, or you're gonna see it first to see whatever. You're gonna have to look at every single thing while you code it to make sure it's
Every
working. So
mechanic will be in my head.
yeah, exactly. So you're the only coder at the time. I know you said you're attempting to bring in your coworker. That's great. However, we've got some other groups in the team. One person I want to acknowledge here, definitely Sausage again. He definitely keeps a lot like all the information, everything that's going on. He's keeping all of that together and very organized, because at least when I joined, it was kind of disorganized, and we're slowly getting to a point where it's a very smooth, well-run machine. Sausage, why don't you talk about what do you do specifically for the team?
So for work, a lot of the skills I've kind of developed is processes, consistency, and tracking. And I have to write everything down, otherwise I lose track of what I'm doing. So I kind of took that skill set and just kind of applied it to the team. So we actually have it started as a one-page project. Now we have the spreadsheet that was actually showed off in one of the videos on YouTube. But it is probably up now 15, 18 tabs. some of them are up to some of them are up to 17 or 7 or 8,000 lines. They vary from meeting agenda notes and tracking to what's the tracking number or ID in the game for every NPC or the map, and what are the transitions doing? What is every function in the game has an ID number. So what does if I click on this menu button, what's supposed to happen? What currently happens? What do we need to fix? So all that stuff needs to be tracked down, and there's maybe 1,000 of those, for example. So we had to find some kind of tracking system for that, processes to share the load, so we're not all working on the same. I also kind of help some of the Discord stuff, but I'm sure we'll talk about kind of everyone's role on the team later. So
I also say that Sausage for me is being a great help. He daily checks in on me. What are we working on? Where are we standing? And he makes my work organized.
Right.
And he's been a great help.
So, okay, we talked about developer WhiteCat. We talked about Sausage, who's basically I don't know. I don't want to say secretary, but like a sort of chief operating officer. Does that make sense?
We'll call it coordinator.
Coordinator. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Coordinator. So I think the next group of people that are just as important as you two would be the translation team for sure. So who we got going on the translation team?
So the translation team's kind of broken into two sections. The first one is super easy. It's just gonna be the Chinese language. It's a little bit easier because the font and the language is also symbols. It's not letters, and so it translates much easier in the UI. So Dragon Lee, who also manages the Asian Chinese community specifically, he's doing a lot of the Chinese translations. As far as I'm aware, that is pretty much 100% translated. They just need to go through and make sure that it actually makes sense.
Like quality assurance.
Yeah, I mean, when AI bot translates things, or you go on Google and say, hey, translate English to Spanish, if you're a native speaker, it's not the same. So we got to clean it up, polish it up. As far as the English goes, it's kind of two sections. A lot of the language in the client is, again, just like the Chinese one, chain, but there was a lot more, for lack of better terms, hacking that we had to do to get into the system to get the English characters to show up. And then there was font size differences. And a lot of the UI is actually images instead of text. So we had to create a tool to convert that and replace the data file for the English client or English translation, that when it pulls that image file for the menu, it's legible. But the three guys kind of working on the English for the most part. And let me caveat here: a lot of people are involved in these teams, but the ones I'm kind of highlighting are the ones kind of spearheading that task. So don't think no one else is involved in it. But Shikize, or Acid Runner, Discord, Jurion, and Yuno are kind of the people who speak Japanese fluently. Shikize is working on a lot of the UI stuff. So there are some of the items we can pull from the English client because we have an English client and we can move the image file over. But there might be features that were added after client shut down, or things that were just weird that now we have the chance to change. So he's got to create some of those. So he's working on that, fixing some text alignment issues, those types of issues. And then Jury and Yuno are working on the specifically the weapons and the gear. A lot of these had to do name changes or we might have 3 different halberds from 3 different games. We might have Dynasty Warriors 5, 7, and 9 with different movesets. So we had to convert these names to maybe Iron Halberd, Steel Halberd, Light Halberd. We had to go through and make sure these are all consistent so that everyone has the right. There's no crossing of the data files. And then they had to make sure they fit.
Right.
So because, again, we talked about the UI being images, there's only so much space for text. And if you go on some of the updated image files that you can see on some of the YouTube updates, for example, you'll see some text wrapping. So there's a maximum length that we can put, which is only an issue in English. It's actually a big problem that we're doing really good on progress. It's time consuming. It's about 15,000 lines of text that you have to go through. But that didn't happen in the English client, or the Chinese client, because again, they're using symbols for text, so they can fit entire words in 1 or 2 symbols. Where in English, you can only have like 9 characters, 16 characters in a box, so we have to go through it. They're working their way through that. Everything is legible, and all the weapon types have been converted, but we're going through the individual names of things right now. Gear is next on the list that I've started.
Right, and then now we have like a whole bunch. Like I think everybody, whenever WhiteCat has a question, most people will have like some input or try to assist any way possible. So I guess that's just like everybody's doing the general assistant role, which is what's really cool about this group, this team as well. Nobody's just jerks it off and says that's not my job. Everybody's hand is in everybody else's pot, so that's pretty cool. I guess myself and you know, WhiteCat are basically the ones that are managing the server or the Discord moderation type thing. Mostly not WhiteCat, if we can. Mostly it's just you and me, and then as a third person. Because is already doing a whole bunch of other stuff behind the scenes, so they're pretty busy. But I think that's just keeping the community going, making sure everybody's up to date, and nobody's freaking out in there and making it unenjoyable for others. I think that's people are gonna choose to grow up or not. I won't linger on that. But at the time, it's pretty smooth sailing, all things considered. I've been in other groups as a moderator, or just other groups doing some sort of, whether it be a league or like another community, a gaming community, and people just freak out all the time. And although we do have people that doubt the project, or just people that are a little more childish than others, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad in the grand scheme of things. So that's that. We're doing like we have a Discord moderation team, or like a updating team, and then also I am doing, myself and Kazuma are working on the English social media pages. So all the information that we put out in Discord then gets translated to social media things such as videos or text updates. Dragon Lee is also handling the Asian side of it, so he's doing a good job. We're not really connected at the time, but we're all doing that for the same purpose. Like we're facing in the same direction, marching in the same direction. Is there anything else I'm forgetting about? Anybody else we're forgetting about?
Yeah, so talking about Discord management, as far as the community and in the chat, you'll find Sashio there frequently talking to people. TL also helps out a lot on the back end with asset identification, or questions about specifically the differences between English and Z. He was around for both of those times. Buster Wolf So some of you guys may not know, we actually have a Wikipedia that we're working on. It is on our website. It's going to be, a lot of the information is going to be dated or changed due to the changes that we're doing, whether it's balance, maybe features. Some of those things might change. So we're going to be tweaking that and kind of compiling it and adjusting it. The official stuff will be on our Wikipedia on the website that is currently being worked on. It's not all the way done, but it is viewable and the information's there if people want to check it out. Someone on the back end I do want to point out that people don't really know about is Jin Takahashi. He's working on pulling a lot of the data from like motion values and the numerical side of stuff of the weapon files. So when we start getting into weapon balancing, that kind of stuff, he's already got that mapped out for us. That's going to be a big emphasis for us on weapon balance. That's one of the big reasons why everything's not going to be just dumped out outside of the time of it, but there are going to be things that really need to change. I mentioned at the beginning of this that it got very money oriented as a game, so we got to undo some of it. So he's going to be instrumental in helping there. And I know he talks a lot. We all love him. The Shukize and Acid Runner, obviously this is his brainchild, so we don't want to forget about him kind of getting us all together as well. And he's working on the website specifically too, is him. So if you have any complaints about it, go to him.
Right. So one person that has done a lot at startup was Frost. So he helped out, I guess, find a lot of people and get everything up and running. He's no longer with us, neither here nor there. Another person, I would say Trekhill or Trey, he definitely helped out recruit a lot of members. I just saw him spamming every social media outlet that like was out there. So he definitely got a lot of people when they first started really ramping up to come on board. So I'm gonna forget a whole bunch of people, but I want to just mention at least those two definitely helped out in different points of the development process. So we've got let's move on here. We got a giveaway going on. Sasha, do you want to talk about?
I can. Yeah. So we have a couple of community members, and it just kind of started as a little bit of a joke how all the social media stuff is all whitewashed, corporate, boring now. We all miss MySpace for the nice, fun customizability. So we actually have updated the website so that everyone can put their own custom CSS and change their profile pages. There's a friends list, which will also help keep people more connected if something does go wrong in the future. Kind of relive those groups, kind of start getting some of those groups and stuff together as well. You can put your preferred website song on there. But we're doing a little competition for profile decoration and customization. Go to the Discord and all the details are there, but we're going to draw a few winners. Those are all going to be given the free tester access to the program. Caveat for everyone on here, all that money is going to paying WhiteCat. We're not making money off of this server, but there are some people who I have one person in mind from the Brazilian community, for example, who just can't afford the project, and we understand. So we want to try and get a couple opportunities for people to kind of jump in the fund as well. So this is kind of the first one of those processes and events that we're hosting. If one of the winners so happens to already have the access, we're gonna give them a chance to kind of get free elevation with some extra access on top of it. So should be fun. It's nice and simple, but a cool little fun thing. So we've got basically August 8th now. It's running basically for the rest of the month. So if you want to jump in, make a website profile, it's free, and put your name in the hat.
Right. So it's going to be randomly generated from a list of names. Whoever's going to win. The tester access. If you don't have that, then if you already have that, then you'll get a boost in whatever's on your account. You get boosted up to another level.
Yeah, well, we're giving
I'm gonna
people 3 options. They could just say, I'm good, re-roll it. I just did it for the fun. If they have a friend who's ahead, just can't afford it, they can gift it to them, or they could take the extra access. So we gave them a few different options.
Right. So I'm gonna throw in another, not spontaneous. I was already thinking about it. I'm gonna throw in an additional prize. Whoever gets drawn first will get a pre-ordered copy of Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. It's really not that expensive, but whoever gets drawn first will have the opportunity to take that, or just pass it on to the next person. So that's going to come out of my pocket. It's not coming out of anybody else. So congratulations to whoever that person is. All right, cool. So we've got that going. What are we looking at? Well, this one's to WhiteCat now. What are we looking at now? What's going to be the next thing that we're working on?
The next thing that we will be working on for the server is, I first want to finish the NPC system. When that's going, we have, I think, pretty much the towns or the plazas done. And then I think we are ready to get back to the battle system, get combat working. I also, if you would like a timeline, like when we can go to battle, I would say it will be rather weeks than months. So I think we are at a pretty exciting stage at this moment.
Yeah, I just jumping on that. It's been a while now, and we've hit so many walls when it comes to bringing the battle up to getting battle up. First, we had to get through login, which is just the basics. Then we tried to just make a basic town and then jump right into battle. But oh look, now there's essential furnitures that need to be placed down, because if you don't have the furniture, then nothing can be read from the system can't read what you're wearing or what weapon you've got going on. Exactly. That's one thing. And then we went back to battle again. Okay, now that we have the furniture done, can we hit battle now? Yeah, well, you can get into the battle, but no parameters are set with the battle. Okay, then who sets the fucking parameters? It's the NPCs. Oh, now we have to go back to fix all the NPCs. There's how many walls we got to run through to get to a point where we can start hacking away at some minions. And I call them minions because I play League of Legends. Hack away at the peons. But it's been so much, and we've been fighting so hard for this so far up to this point that
we do.
There cannot be another wall. So how many more walls is it going to be? I don't think it's going to be that much more to get into this battle now. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely hearing you when you say it's weeks rather than months.
Yeah. So indeed, what you said, we hit a few roadblocks on the way to get the combat working, and I also believe that we almost got every roadblock out of the way, and then we can focus and start on the cool stuff and the exciting stuff that everyone is waiting for. It was a long journey, but I think we are getting to the end of it.
That's good to hear. Sausage, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, so I refer to a lot of the updates on the YouTube, the long form videos will give you a lot of information. I know the goal is to create a server, but I think we've made 4 different servers right now that all kind of function in tandem. So NPCs have to work off the server timing, not the client. So they have to have their own little server. I'm sure Peach Garden will have its own. Battle is its own separate server, and then they all have to pass off. The login server is its own separate process, but the escape menu has to be initialized by the login server, for example. So there's a lot of these kind of pieces that you have to put into place so that you can go to the next step. So we've made a lot of progress. Now a lot of it is just identifying, okay, in battle, what is this NPC number? The game knows what to render, but there's 8,000 NPCs we have to go through. So we have to find the models of what fits and just work our way through those kind of processes. And that's more of just a time issue than a difficulty issue.
Right. So one thing that I don't know concerned, but I want to see if that's going to be a wall. If we're doing combat first, I'm hoping that we do the like the flat what's it called, final arena or true arena that existed at the end stages of Dynasty Warriors, the official Z client, because there's no NPC units. It's just a flat plane. Since we've seen how the NPCs move around and shit like that now, and programming them to have set paths, I wonder if those NPC units, that the peons that are in like a confront map or any of the traditional maps, I wonder if they have any sort of like innate movement that's already programmed on them, or basic code, strings of code that are already there, or do we have to say like you're gonna run at this speed and trigger your running at the player at this sort of range? Like what is that? I'm interested in seeing how the in battle NPCs work compared to the town NPCs, because the town ones, they just kind of walk around in a circle, especially the losers that like have nothing going on but just their name and they're walking around. They're there for ambiance. And then the ones that have sort of quests and stuff, they're standing in a specific spot. But now we're going over to an NPC who has a health bar, attack and defense stats, and like they move and act in a certain way. I want to see how that works, but we at least have something to fall back on if we have a struggle there, because they made game modes that don't have units. So we're pretty good on that.
An estimation of what you're gonna see on the first combat map. It will be pretty basic indeed, because we go for the easiest route and then build on that. So I think the first video that you're gonna see from the combat will be pretty basic, with maybe no NPCs, or do have NPCs, we will see. So essentially the first combat progression will not be that exciting maybe, but I think everyone will be happy to see two players fight against each other or whatever, and then we can expand it and make it more advanced. I also looked up in the NPCs that walk around in the battle. They probably get spawned from the server, but after that the client will take over them, and actually the client is their AI for what they're gonna do.
Okay, that makes sense, because they have to keep continuously spawning throughout the game. It's not just they're not just a one and done for most of them. There's exactly. Some of them that have like items that they drop that will be a one and done, but all the little peons or the lowest of the low minions or creeps, they continuously come back because they're sort of like a flowing resource or a resource generator in the battle. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing how that goes. Other than that, we've got basically, you guys did a great job with mapping out the entire town. I'm going to be showing at this time of this video, it should be showing, I guess, at least Sausage running around through each of the doors and whatnot, whatever stuff we've got going. That we've mapped out the town, and it goes in. We can go into taverns and courtyards and all the plazas, at least for 2 factions. so you can do PvP stuff, and I think that's what we agreed on doing, having 2 factions at the start. But that's a great idea. I don't think we should go full fledged like the game's out for real. So that's a good idea.
I also believe that our next sandbox server for our community won't be very far from now, because we got literally some exciting things for people to do. And I think we should start thinking about getting the sandbox up again for our donators.
Okay. You're saying you're not. I'm sorry. Just the accent thing. You said let's use will and will not. So it will be out shortly because we have exciting things to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's good because it's the when did we close the sandbox server? It didn't make sense to have just the empty server. At the beginning, a lot of people just wanted to get on and make their characters again and relive the chat function and just talking to people. Now we have a little bit more than that, or a lot more than that, actually. I'm
We closed it
excited
when
for
we
that.
started. We closed it when we started working on DWOZ, of course.
Right.
Because it made no sense to keep the EN server on when we make a completely different other server. So I believe we are at the current state not far from the next sandbox server, and we can have all the people enjoy the Z client.
Well, that's gonna be it for now. I always give the guests a opportunity to say whatever they need to say. So I guess new person first. Sausage, again, thank you for everything you're doing on the back end is great. And you're definitely helping push along the project. So what do you got to say to the people at this time? Go ahead.
Yeah, so the one thing I would love to tell everyone is just trust us, trust the process. We love the game. We were players. We're not a publishing company out here just trying to make a bunch of money. There were a lot of things that we know needed to be changed in the game. We might float some ideas around, but anything we do is going to be tested. The philosophy behind the whole project is globally affordable. We don't want to milk money out of it. Donations are probably going to go away too once it's released to the public. So if you want to get in early, that would be how. But trust us, trust the process. If there's balance things that need to be adjusted, we'll get to it. We love the game. That's kind of it. Trust us. So.
Okay. Interesting. You said the donations will be going away. I think. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But that's something that we should definitely discuss in the back end. I think that as long as we have the funds to hold the server up, that should be good.
Agreed.
Make sure that if something wrong happens, that's not intentional sabotage, the WhiteCat can come in and fix it, or add a feature or whatever needs to be done.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we're good. We're all good on that, and especially once the server is up and the game is done, the only overhead at that point is going to be the keeping the server up and compensating people for events that we run. Which mostly will probably be out of my pocket as well, because the whatever, I don't know how to say it. It was always my intention if I was going to run events, the prize would come out of my money, and also there would be a small registration fee, $1 a person, $1 a person, just so. To say, hey, I'm running this sheet and making sure everything's updated every day, every week to make sure that the tournament's running. At least give me $1 so I can run it. It's a registration fee to make sure that you guys stay on board. Anyway, thank you so much, Sausage. We're gonna move on to WhiteCat. Do you have anything else to say?
Especially, I would like to say thank you, everyone, for being part of this community. I know that maybe development looks slow for a few people. I think it's not, but everyone can have their own opinion, and that's fine. Um, uh, for the to get this game out is the most important thing. There's no need to be toxic or whatever. We do our best, and I hope you guys all have trust in me and faith in me, and I will get this game back for you guys. That's my #1 mission, and hopefully we can have a nice time together again. And yeah, just be done with this game, man. Let's go. And I also want to mention, this game will be available for everyone, free to play. So everyone is welcome and can register their character and play it with everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have the ability now to make it free to play. I really am under the assumption and under the hope that we continue to keep a no pay to win aspect of this, because that's gonna immediately turn off a lot of people. That it just cannot happen.
I will also be the gatekeeper of that, because I'm the developer. So if there's something that is pay to win, it has to be coded by me, and I will make sure of that nothing will be pay to win. Even though any staff member says to do this or to do that, it won't be pay to win, guys. Never ever. Not when I'm in the project.
Thank you once again for joining us on the 5th edition of Flask Up. We really appreciate your participation and joining in on the fun that we are having here developing this game. Please, please, please look out for our next developer update tomorrow around noon EST for a very big update. This is a must-see update that will impact the rest of the coding from here on out. If you wish to participate in Flask Up, Battle Prep, or any of our short-form content, please contact me at Daring Noob or Master Noob. I am available